About our weather. The calendar says December 16th,
yes,
but it feels like summer out there, right?
Maybe October 16th.
October 16th. I mean, it is warm out there. We're actually dealing with some mugginess as well. Let me show you what it looks like because you can just see how humid it is outside. We've got quite a bit of cloud cover, some thick cumulus clouds from our Arc Generators camera over the Southwest Freeway. A mix of sun and clouds today. Some areas definitely seeing it, especially closer to the coast. You can see winds coming off the Gulf. Because of that, it almost looks like a summer pattern with those streamer showers possible. In fact, we've been tracking some very light rain showers through the day today. Right now, mainly going to be out on our far eastern counties. You can see Liberty County. If we put this in motion, nothing too heavy, but we certainly have seen a little bit of activity. Look at this from Baytown towards Mont Belvieu, Cedar Bayou to Cody, dealing with some light to moderate rain showers. That's what we can expect through the day today. Nothing heavy, nothing widespread, but certainly we are going to be dealing with some of these showers. You can see Dayton up towards Kinnifick dealing with a few sprinkles as well. Shouldn't be causing any issues, but definitely going to be something we're tracking as we go through the next several hours. As for our temperatures, we are warm right now. 78 here in Houston. Sugar Land already hitting 80 degrees. Yesterday, we hit 82 degrees. Today is going to be very similar. Winds are coming from the Gulf, sustained about 10 to 15 miles per hour. This is pumping in the humidity, which means it's feeling sticky, it's feeling muggy. Dew points in the upper 60s to the lower 70s. This is why we're able to see fog in the morning. Tonight's going to be no different. So planning forecast over the next several hours, temperatures staying in the upper 70s to the lower 80s. We will continue to see rain chances through the next several hours. And then as we go into the evening, temperatures staying mild in the mid 60s. We are going to be tracking thick fog chances. I'll show you that visibility forecast coming up.
Okay, we'll see in just a few minutes.
Warm, it was humid. I want to show you just how warm it is. So our normal high, we should be topping out around 65 degrees.
Okay.
Take a look at what our day. That should be our high temperature, but instead we're waking up to lows nearly in the 70s here in Houston, 68 degrees, mid 60s up in Huntsville. So this is why we were able to support that fog. It was humid, it was warm, winds were light. As for right now, it is shaping up to be a pretty summer-like afternoon. We've got puffy cumulus clouds over the Southwest Freeway. Temperature-wise, we are heating up into the upper 70s. Visible satellite shows all of that cloud cover advancing its way in from the Gulf. A closer look is going to show you some very light rain showers, mainly going to be on the east side of town. Radar showing you those showers from Baytown to Cedar Bayou, crossing I-10. None of these are particularly heavy, really just enough to flip on that windshield wiper once or twice. You can also see those showers pushing up from Gum Grove and continuing up towards 321. Just some sprinkles out there, nothing too heavy. Temperatures across the board, mid to upper 70s right now. 81 in Angleton, 76 out in Winnie. So temperatures well above average. Winds coming in from the Gulf, sustained 10 to 15 miles per hour. So this is bringing in the humid air, and this is why it does not feel fantastic outside. Dew points upper 60s to the lower 70s, not feeling a lot like Christmas. But don't worry, we do have changes coming. It's just really this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon that we're going to have to deal with the humid, warm temperatures over the next several hours, staying in the upper 70s to near 80 degrees. And then as we go into this evening, similar to last night, we're going to struggle to cool down. In fact, waking up tomorrow morning, temperatures once again in the mid 60s. We are forecasting patchy fog, especially for areas south of I-10. In fact, I want to show you that visibility because once we get to 10 o'clock this evening, isolated patchy fog possible. I think it's more than likely we'll start to see a dense fog advisory by tomorrow morning. This is 7 a.m. for that morning commute. Widespread low visibility. That'll be with us until about 8. So make sure you plan on extra time for that commute. Low beams, not just tonight, but also Tuesday night into Wednesday. I think by Tuesday, we'll start to see that sea fog really roll in earlier by 10 o'clock, lasting with us through Wednesday morning. Now, as for our afternoons, we are going to start to see some changes. By Wednesday, we're going to put a 50% chance of showers and storms. This is as a cold front finally makes its way into the area. That's going to do some big changes. Satellite and radar showing a stalled front to our north. This is elevating rain chances today, but it's actually not the front that's going to cool us down. That front is going to be entering the state on Tuesday, advancing through the state by Wednesday afternoon. This is when we have the chance of seeing some heftier thunderstorms, and this is going to be what cools us down. In fact, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, highs back to the mid 60s. So the sticky 70s to near 80s. This is a lot of folks out there at the Houston Zoo. And one thing to note, I always like to see what they're wearing. I've seen tank tops. I've seen t-shirts. Hard to believe it is December 16th because we're dressed like it's the middle of October. That's because temperatures acting a bit more like it's the middle of October. We've got a steady wind coming in from the Gulf, and you can see almost a streamer shower like pattern making its way currently. Because of this, some light sprinkles ongoing, nothing too heavy, but you will notice a few showers for areas, especially on the east side of town. Esperson up towards Dayton, dealing with some sprinkles. Continuing up to the north, Kennefic, you saw these showers. Now they're moving towards Macedonia. None of these expected to be heavy today, but it can be a bit inconvenient, especially when it moves over downtown. Temperatures right now sitting in the upper 70s and the lower 80s. Currently 80 degrees in Sugar Land, 78 out in Tomball. It is warm and it is humid. Your jogging forecast for those training for the marathon just over a month away. Temperatures staying warm and humid, but this is not going to last long. I'm tracking a cold front, but I've got more details on that coming up after the break. There, we have seen some very light rain showers for a few areas across southeast Texas. Most of us just dry, humid, warm, but a few locations, including the Houston Zoo, have seen some very light rain showers. So as we go through the day today, about a 20% chance of seeing an isolated light shower, sprinkle, a quick downpour, nothing too heavy. But you can see right now from Esperson up towards Dayton along 146, dealing with some of those downpours. Continuing on the east side up near Macedonia. Nothing too heavy, but certainly something of note. As for right now, a live look from our ARC Generators camera over the Southwest Freeway, starting to see a bit more sunshine than cloud cover here at the KPRC studios. That's going to help us warm up quick. Right now, upper 70s and the lower 80s. We've got winds consistent from the Gulf. This is increasing our humidity, and this is part of the reason why we're able to see such foggy mornings. As we go through the next several hours, temperatures from the 70s and then tonight struggling to cool, really only making it into the upper and mid 60s. That means tomorrow morning, starting off with patchy, dense fog similar to this morning. You'll start to notice things going downhill about 10 p.m. tonight. Certainly by the time you have your morning commute, 7 a.m., plan on a bit of extra time, patchy, dense fog possible, not just Tuesday morning, but also as we go into Wednesday morning. That fog should burn off once you get to about 8 a.m. But until then, it definitely is going to be a bit of a problem. As for the next 3 days, changes are coming by Wednesday. Instead of just light rain, a few thunderstorms are possible. That's with a cold front that's going to dramatically drop our temperatures. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, first day of winter, temperatures back into the 60s, sunny skies, and then a gentle warm up as we approach Hanukkah and Christmas next week. Hey, stay with us. We'll be right back after a short commercial break.
Kind of rainy. We had baseball tournaments this weekend. We were rained on the whole time.
Yeah, this weekend it was warm, kind of felt a little bit like fall, not winter. Today it's warm, muggy, and we still have showers out there. Let me show you what it looks like.
Sheesh.
I know. Hey, next weekend looks a whole lot better, so it is going to get better. We're talking 60s, sunshine, even our Christmas and Hanukkah forecast looking ahead, not looking too bad. But first, let's start with today. A live look from our Houston area Chevy dealers camera, a mix of sunshine and clouds. Temperature wise, we are warm, but we are dealing with some cloud cover. Visible satellite showing the showers moving in from the Gulf, and we have started to see a bit more activity out towards Liberty County. In fact, our radar is showing earlier we actually did see a few lightning strikes in far western portions of Liberty County. You can see from Kingwood to Roman Forest, Splendora, Cleveland, a few of those showers continuing now really just along the East Tex Freeway there. Nothing too heavy at the moment, but we're going to keep seeing these shower chances, about a 20% over the next several hours. Similar situation tomorrow. Shouldn't be causing any issues, but it is inconvenient. Temperatures upper 70s and the lower 80s right now in Pearland, 81 degrees. We've got winds coming in from the Gulf. That's increasing our humidity values, which is why it feels so sticky out there. It's also going to help us stay pretty warm tonight. Take a look. Your planning forecast. Temperatures struggling to cool overnight tonight. By early tomorrow morning, mid to upper 60s. Because we're warm, because we're humid, we're likely going to see widespread fog again tomorrow. But Joel, I've got that visibility forecast coming up.
Caroline, thanks very much. See you to your weather. It seems pretty warm today, warmer than usual.
A lot warmer than usual. We should be about 65 for our high. We're already climbing back into the 80s.
Oh, wow.
I know. I want to show you what it looks like to have some nice seasonal weather. In fact, all of last week, Tuesday through Friday, those gray boxes indicating we were pretty seasonal. Temperatures were in the mid 60s, but then over the weekend, we were quickly warming up. Saturday, 77. Yesterday, 82 degrees. As for today, well, right back into the upper 70s and lower 80s right now here in Houston, 79 degrees, 81 out in Katy. So abnormally warm for this time of year, but a few spots have been getting some showers. Here in the Houston area, seeing more sunshine than clouds out there, but we are tracking a few areas dealing with the showers, mainly going to be areas well to our east. You can see right around Kingwood, seeing some light rain showers continuing. Nothing particularly heavy, but certainly inconvenient enough to flip on that windshield wiper once or twice. Cleveland and Roman Forest seeing some of those downpours as well. And continuing over towards Woodville, these showers actually picking up just a bit. So this is what we're tracking over the next several hours. Nothing too heavy, but we all do have about a 20% chance of seeing an isolated shower. Now, as we go through the overnight hours, temperatures not going to cool down quick, only the mid 60s by tomorrow morning. Patchy dense fog is going to be a problem once again. In fact, as early as 10 o'clock tonight, starting to see some visibilities deteriorate. Widespread, we can expect to see patchy dense fog tomorrow morning. That's 7 a.m. for your morning commute. If you wait a little bit, it's all going to clear out by 8 a.m. So really just until sunrise, conditions are going to deteriorate. Same situation Tuesday night into Wednesday. In fact, it's not going to be until Wednesday that we'll finally see some changes. That's because a cold front's expected to sweep through. This will bring shower and thunderstorm chances, get rid of the fog, and also finally cool us down. Satellite and radar showing a stalled front across the state, and our cold front actually still hasn't reached the state yet. Future track showing this front staying stationary to our north. Watch as our cold front finally enters on Tuesday. This will pass through Wednesday afternoon, bringing with it the possibility of an isolated thunderstorm or two for 70 degrees.
70. That doesn't sound like a white Christmas.
A 0% chance of
0%.
snow. Things can change, but that will not change.
I think I'm fine with that.
Me too.
Caroline, thanks very much. Well, this is kind of weird. A story you'll see only on 2. One spring family.
I know, it gives you goosebumps.
It's wild.
Unlike the weather.
Right.
No goosebumps.
Sweaty, gives you the-
Ready to talk about the weekend?
I don't think so. I'm ready for it.
Perfect.
All right. That's it for us at 3. We'll see you back here for KPRC 2 News at 4. It is, I know it's humid. What else is it? Warm?
It's humid. It's warm.
Rainy in some places?
Rainy in some places. All in all, just not a fantastic day, but it is going to get a lot better, especially by Thursday.
Thank you.
So let's start with speaking of when it's nice, that was last week. Last week, temperatures were in the 60s. It was seasonal. It was pleasant. Then this last weekend, we saw temperatures climb to the upper 70s, 82 yesterday. Today, once again, we climbed right back into the 80s. Here in Houston, officially hit 80 degrees. Right now, Tomball 82, 81 out at Hobby, our friends on the island, 74 in Galveston. Most of us dealing with a mix of sunshine and clouds. That's what we've got over the Med Center. Otherwise, a few light rain showers to speak of. You can see from Oyster Creek down towards Richwood and Lake Jackson, dealing with a few sprinkles. Also seeing a few of those light rain showers from the Heights to Atascocita. nothing very heavy. I'm just mentioning these in case you do get a few sprinkles. We are tracking them. Really, the only heavier downpour, that's going to be just to the east of the East Tex Freeway near Livingston, also up towards Woodville. Other than this, we're pretty quiet on the radar. So a 20% chance of showers for the rest of the day today and for the day tomorrow. Otherwise, we are staying mild temperatures tonight, only cooling down into the mid and upper 60s. Once we get to tomorrow morning, once again, patchy fog is possible. Temperatures starting off well above average in the mid 60s. As for the visibility, we can see that quickly start to plummet as early as 10 p.m. this evening, becoming much more widespread overnight tonight, especially for our coastal communities. So 7 a.m. tomorrow, plan on a bit of extra time for driving. That fog will quickly dissipate after sunrise by 8 a.m. This is going to happen not just tonight, but also as we go late Tuesday into Wednesday morning. Dense fog is possible, but really only 2 more mornings because we have big changes coming. By Wednesday, a 40% chance of showers and storms. That's as a cold front moves into the area. This is going to cool us down and finally clear out the muggy conditions. You can see that cold front pushing through the state on Wednesday, bringing with it chances for thunderstorms in the afternoon. Behind it, though, we've got much cooler weather. It is really going to be spectacular this weekend. Take a look. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the winter solstice, temperatures in the mid 60s, sunny skies, low humidity. It does look like into next week we warm up a tad, but right now on Christmas, 70 degrees for the start of Hanukkah and Christmas. Hey, stay with us. We'll be right back with a short commercial break.
Loop I cannot repeat on television, but I have a question for you. What would you assign the percentage chance of there being a white Christmas in Houston this year?
0.
Okay.
An easy 0% chance. A lot can change with our forecast. That, however, it's just not happening, this year. Not even close. I will say there is a chance for rain, kind of like what we've had today. Take a look at the activity, but we have been seeing some very light rain showers off towards Liberty County. You can see even to the east of Livingston, dealing with some light showers, nothing too heavy, not expecting anything heavy, both today and tomorrow, just some scattered rain chances. And then as we go through the overnight, fog will start to work its way in. As for right now, we're approaching sunset just within the next 45 minutes. A beautiful glow over the Southwest Freeway. Temperature-wise, still toasty, upper 70s and the lower 80s, 82 in Tomball, 79 for our friends out in Angleton. We're going to continue to stay warm overnight tonight. Temperatures steadily dropping by 6 o'clock, 74. Watch how slow we are to cool overnight tonight, really staying in the upper 60s, a few places dropping into the mid 60s. That's going to be a good setup for fog tomorrow morning. Mid 60s, muggy, foggy. In fact, that fog can start to creep in as early as 10 o'clock this evening, becoming much more widespread overnight. So by 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, similar to today, plan on extra time for driving, plan on using those low beams. Once we get past sunrise, a little closer to 8, things will start to burn off, but for a bit of time there, it is going to be a mess. Similar situation as we go Tuesday night into Wednesday. We'll be waking up with patchy fog. Thankfully, we only have 2 more foggy mornings. That's because big changes are coming Wednesday. A cold front pushes through. That's going to get rid of all of our humid conditions. It'll also cool us down quite a bit. Take a look at the future track. We'll continue to see cloudy conditions tomorrow, isolated showers. It's not until this cold front moves through Wednesday afternoon. This will bring a chance for an isolated thunderstorm or 2 before cool air starts to usher in. Starting on Thursday, highs are going to be in the 60s. So your tree farm forecast, if it's not too late this weekend, looks really nice. Saturday and Sunday, sunny skies, mid 60s, low humidity, and a little bit early, but your Christmas forecast just 9 days away.